We all know by now that journaling is an important part of self development and manifestation. But a lot of people don't know where to start, and others think that journaling is just about writing the same thing over and over again. So, if today you have never journaled and you want to start journaling because you need it, this video is for you. And also, even if you've been journaling for a long time but you'd like to improve because you want to see your things starting to happen, this video is also for you. So welcome Exploder to our day number 8 of our Glow from Within. Today it's about journaling. Buckle up and let's go. I guess the most important question that you're asking yourself is, Coach, why do I even have to journal? You guys like white people's things. Now you're making all of us journal. I'm going to give you a few reasons why it is important that you journal. Firstly, what is journaling? Guys, in simple terms, journaling is just taking your journal and writing on it. That's it. It's just writing. It's just that we're writing on a journal instead of a normal book. That is why we call it journaling. Nothing more, nothing less. It's just writing out our thoughts on a book called a journal. So it's journaling. We together? Good. Now, why do we do it? Firstly, it helps us release our emotional stress, right? And sometimes you are thinking too much. You are thinking too much and you're feeling stressed. This will affect your sleep, which will then affect your glow, right? So what happens with me is that sometimes I'm struggling to sleep and I'm just like, something is not adding up. And maybe I have too many thoughts that are running on my mind. I will immediately take my journal. Even if it's 2 a.m., I'll take my journal and start writing. When I write those thoughts out of my brain and out of my mind, they stop harassing me. They stop overpowering me. And before I know it, I'll be able to sleep. So journaling helps you release all of that. You get to release all your emotions because they are only holding you hostage because they are still inside of your mind. So you're just taking them out of your mind onto a book. That's the first reason why journaling is important. Secondly, journaling helps improve your self-awareness. So if you're writing your thoughts and your feelings all the time, after some time, you start realizing the type of thoughts you have. You start realizing the patterns of your thoughts. This will make you see that there is something that I need to grow. There is something that I keep saying here that does not support the life that I want to build, right? So for example, if you're a person that is negative, and if I ask you today, are you a negative person? Your first answer is going to be like, no, I'm definitely not negative. Then I say to you, go write about how you're feeling today. Go write the kind of thoughts that are in your mind today. You write them out the way they are, as authentic as they are, because we're not here to judge, but we're here because we want you to grow, right? Great. So you're going to take your journal and write them out. The next day again, you write them out. The third day, you start picking up and say, maybe I am a negative person. I was just not aware. And that gives you an opportunity for you to grow. And once you've seen your blind spots, guys, you cannot heal what you don't know. You cannot improve what you're not aware of. So journaling will help you be aware of yourself. So once you've seen those things and you are now aware of the kinds of thoughts that happen in your mind, because all of them happen subconsciously, you are not even aware that they're happening. Once you see them, right, you start saying, okay, maybe I am this person and maybe I can grow in this area. So journaling helps you see your blind spot. It helps you see the patterns of the thoughts that you have. Nobody can just be cognizant of their thoughts. Nobody can just know their thoughts just like that without practicing journaling. Journaling is the first step of knowing the kinds of thoughts that you say over and over again. If I ask you today, how many times did you call yourself stupid today? You're not even going to be aware. Chances are, I can tell you. If I spend the whole day with you, I will tell you, you said that then, you said it then, but you're not even aware. You didn't even see it. So if I start telling you this, what is the one word that you say to yourself a lot? Maybe I'm stupid, right? Each time you say it, write it down. Each time you say it, only then you'll see, oh, I say this thing so many times and it's not good for me because I'm not trying to be this person. You get me? So journaling will help you notice those things and you can be able to improve the way that you need to improve. Number 3, journaling helps you organize your thoughts. Sometimes there is certain things that you want to say to some people, right? And your thought is everywhere. You start here and you are there, or maybe you are too impulsive or you are too emotional. If you can learn to write your thoughts down first before you respond, especially in heated conversations with loved ones, even with your work people, right? You can say, okay, this person said this to me and it triggered me in this way. Before I answer, let me go write it down first. And when you write out your thoughts and you start organizing them, you start realizing that maybe I don't want to say that. Maybe I want to start with this point. Maybe I want to start with this thought first. So with journaling, you get to see what thought must come after that. You organize them because it's normal for our thoughts to be everywhere. It's normal, right? I'm not saying script your life, but I'm just saying that you can speak from your heart, but when you need to clear out certain things, it is important that you organize your thoughts so that you're not saying things that you're going to regret later, especially for my impulsive people, for the firecrackers, right? And even for the people that don't know how to speak up for themselves. If you cannot say it, write it out. Write it out on your journal, and once you've written it out, you can then type it out on your phone and send it. Or you can tell the person that I've now written it out, and can I please read it out? Then you can read it out. This is how I've helped most of my clients to be able to speak up for themselves, right? You cannot just speak because you freeze at that moment. So somebody says something that triggers you, instead of you speaking up for yourself, you freeze. So we all know that we all have a way to respond, right? We either fight, we freeze, or we flight, right? So some people will fight. So instead of fighting, you go to your journal, you write out your thoughts, and then some people will freeze. So instead of freezing, you go and you write your thoughts. And then some people will flight, which means they will avoid the conversation altogether. Instead of doing that, you go and write out your thoughts, and then after that you give your permission to talk to the person that you need to sort the things out with. So it really does help with your self-development. Number 4, when you journal, you will spark creativity. As you get used to writing, as you get used to bonding with yourself, because this is the best way to bond with yourself, by the way, you get to be so creative, and things get born from journaling. Things that you didn't even know that you have, skills that you didn't know that you have, will be born in journaling. You can remind yourself of maybe as you may be writing a letter to your younger self, whatever the age, you can start realizing that when I was young, this is what I used to do, this is what I like doing, how about I do it again? And you start doing it, and then creativity can come out. Or books have been written from journaling. A lot of books have been written from journaling. So this can really help spark your creativity. Why? Because you are calm. It calms you down, and when you are calm, obviously your creative juices start flourishing, right? They come up and they start flourishing. So that is another thing that it will do, and which will lead us to the 5th point. These are not the only 5 points, but I'm just going to cover 5 points. The one about regulating your nervous system. So we all know that if we want to thrive in life, especially if we want to glow, if we want to be the best version of ourselves, if we want to live longer and not create sicknesses, it is important that we learn how to regulate our nervous system, right? So the one way to regulate your nervous system is by making sure that you journal. Because what's going to happen if you're feeling anxious and your nervous system is overworking to keep you alive, because you are now in survival mode? But when you journal and you're writing it out, you are helping the nervous system calm down, because you're not holding this thing inside of you that is making you go crazy. So you're going to write it out, and then you start calming down, and the nervous system starts getting regulated. And the more you do it, the more it becomes easier and easier and easier. I almost forgot the most important reason why you must journal. Journaling helps you with manifestation. Even the Bible tells us to write the vision down for it to happen, right? So it is very important that you journal and write your vision down. So that's another reason why. So you are probably sitting there and thinking to yourself, okay, I see that you're saying I must journal, but how? I don't know where to start. These are the steps that you need to take when you are journaling. Number 1, you need to have a clear intention. Why are you journaling today? Are you journaling because you want to release some emotions? Are you journaling because you are overthinking? Or are you journaling to manifest? You need to clearly state why are you journaling, right? That's the first thing. Secondly, you need to create a safe and quiet space for yourself. I always encourage to journal outside, where Mother Nature can be there to support you. But if you cannot journal outside, journal in your bedroom where there's nobody that is going to bother you. Make sure that the time that you decide to journal on is when there's no up and downs in your room, kids are sleeping, and you're not going to be bothered for a very long time. When you get bothered, it sends a message to yourself that you do not matter. So make sure that you are doing it at a time maybe when people are asleep or they are not home, and you can have this time to yourself to write all your emotions down. Number 3, you need to remember that when you journal, you cannot be judgmental towards yourself. You need to leave judgment in the bin, because you're going to journal and take out things that are very sensitive, things that are very emotional. So you cannot be there criticizing yourself on how bad you are. You need to be honest and authentic as possible without judging yourself. Even when you are harsh on yourself, even when you are a critical person, this is not the time for you to be judging yourself. Why? If you are judgmental towards yourself, your subconscious mind will stop giving you the information that you need for you to improve or develop yourself. So don't judge yourself. Number 4, you need to be consistent in your journaling. Do it as often as possible. Don't just do it once and be done, but try not to want to be perfect. Sit down and write. You're asking yourself, maybe, I don't know what to say. Where am I going to start? This is why I say to you guys, get this journal. It's got journal prompts to help you with your journal journey, right? With your journaling. So when you're going to take one journal prompt and then you start writing on it. As I said, you need to be consistent. You're going to write about the same journal prompt a few times. So you write about it today, leave about 3 days, and then write about it today. And after 3 days again. Why do you need to do that? Today, your subconscious mind is going to give you some information, right? Then after 3 days, it's picking up to say, did you judge me? Did you act differently after you knew this information and all of that? If you didn't judge, or if you didn't criticize yourself, then you are most likely to get more information. So you need to make sure that after you've written, go back, because you might go further in the journaling if you go back to the very same prompt, provided that you do not judge yourself during that time. And then for those people that are worried about people reading their journals, privacy, I suggest that you create your own language. So when I was at varsity, I used to journal, right? But I was worried about privacy. So I Googled letters on the internet that are not English, and I Googled A to Z, let's say in Chinese, and then you start writing it in that way. It doesn't have to make sense to anyone. Just write A to Z in Chinese. What is A? What is whatever? And then you write it as if you're writing in English, but just not the letters of English. Write a different language with those letters. When somebody looks at your journal, they're not going to know what that means. Keep those letters in a place that is safe. After writing with them for 3 to 4 days, you'll get used to that kind of writing, and you'll eventually throw them out or delete them from your phone, so that nobody knows those letters, and you are safe enough to continue journaling, right? So privacy is not a thing that can stop you from being together with yourself. It's not a thing. And guys, journaling on the phone and journaling on your book, it's different. It is different. Your book can connect to your subconscious mind. There is a kinetic way your pen in your book can connect to your subconscious mind better than typing, because already there's lights. Just do it the right way. These shortcuts of yours. Anyways, it is all up to you. And then lastly, I'm going to mention it, but I'm not necessarily a fan that is revisiting your journal. If you want to do that, you can. But the reason why I don't believe in it is that I feel like you've taken things out. Why do you want to consume them again? Why do you want to consume the garbage that you've just taken out? Yes, it can be used to trick if you are progressing. However, I feel that if you want to truly trick if you're progressing, we're going to know if you get triggered the same way or not. Let's say, for example, certain things used to trigger you, right? And now you've worked through them and you've journaled them and you did the work. How are you going to know that you're not triggered anymore? By not being triggered when the thing happens again. You can say, I'm over it. I've now learned through it. I've now grown through it. Wait until that thing happens again, and let us see if you are really over it now. Don't talk too much. Let's see with the action. The secret is in the pudding. Are you going to react the same way? That's when we know that you are truly, truly over it. So yeah, those are the reasons and how you can journal. And lastly, before I forget, people don't know when to stop. You can keep writing and writing. Guys, just know that if you're using a book this big, you need to write 2 pages. If it's a book this big, it's 1 page. Then after this, you are probably repeating yourself. Pause. Pause, you'll come back again. There's no need, you can't finish the story. You'll write again another day. So after 2 days, after 2 pages, pause and then come back to your writing again. Okay, cool. Now, for today's challenge, I want you to go to your journal, the one that you've bought from me, and go to journal prompt number 6. I want you to journal about journal prompt number 6 as well as journal prompt number 9. Okay, so for today, you're going to use the journal and go to journal prompt number 6 and journal prompt number 9. When you're done with that, you're going to come to your tracker and write day 8 and then E, because you will be done with your activity. And then remember, we are drinking 2 liters of water, so you're going to come back. If you drank 2 liters of water today, you're going to come and say W. And then I want you to go and pray. Guys, for today, more than any other day, I need you to pray. Why? The journal prompt that we're doing today is very, very hard. It's very hard, and you need the strength of God to carry you throughout this journey. So please go and pray. Go and pray and ask God to give you the strength and ask God to carry you throughout this journey. When you're done, you're going to come back and write P, and that will be it for today. Remember to subscribe. Remember to share this. I come here and give you free coaching, guys. So why are you gatekeeping? Why not sharing this with other people? And for those people that need their journals, please contact me. My number is on the bio, my bio, and I'm going to also post it on the description of this video to make it easy for you. If you're outside of South Africa, talk to me. Talk to me. I will send you the soft copy. And yeah, and if you are in South Africa and you don't have your journal, what's your plan? What is your plan? Because we are going to be glowing after 21 days, and where are you going to be? I don't even want to talk about it. I will see you guys tomorrow for day number 9. Good night.